let's talk about the two phases to raising money. There's two phases, but unfortunately, I like to talk about a lot of syndicators, they skip the first phase. They start in phase two. And because of this, there's lots of fears, there's lots of roadblocks that come up to raising money, many of the ones we just talked about, because they're starting in phase two. And so here's kind of what many syndicators do when they're out trying to raise money for their deal. They spend the first amount of time out of the gate is searching for a deal. The deal. They just stumble across a deal. They didn't know about it specifically, what they were looking for, but they found a deal that they think pencils. Maybe it does pencil. Then they go out and they tie up the property, they put it under contract, and once it's under contract, they scramble around with their head cut off trying to raise money for their deal. And through that entire process, they're stressed out. Because, like we talked about, there's limited time on the contract to perform, to find your investors in your syndication. And you might feel the same thing. You probably see how this process works just like I described it. You got to have a deal first before you find investors. Well, you've just started in phase two of the money raising process. I want you to start in phase one. And so, raise money. You find your deal, and then you go out in phase two, you try and raise money. I want you to see that other box right there? Yeah, that's where I want you to start. I want you to start in phase one, phase uno. I want you to build your pool of investors. I want you to go through the 4 steps in phase one that get missed by most new syndicators to start this entire process. And once you do that, you got this excited investor group, this pool of investors who you've cultivated before you even found a deal, that are excited about your deal. And when you finally bring them the deal in phase two, they're excited. They're excited. And so really, step one is to build your pool of investors. Step two, find a deal. And then step three is to finally raise the money. I mean, you can see how much easier this is for you, right? I mean, you can see that. I mean, it's a lot safer for you. You're not stressed out trying to, raise money just after you found a deal and you don't have people interested. If you pool those investors together and they're waiting for the deal, they're waiting to give you money. It's quicker to raise the money. You're not stressed out during the process. Many investors will just give you the money, just write you a check because they're excited. And so we're wealthy syndicators, and we start this money raising process in phase one. Phase one. We agree on this? Yes? I hope so. I hope so, because it's going to make it a lot easier for you as you go out and raise money. Now, unfortunately, people don't start like this, and they think, I got to have a deal first. Let me go out and find a deal. They just look for any kind of deal. And they don't really have a plan for that deal. And then they go out to investors, and they try and raise the money. And so we're going to build our investor pool first by using this process. There's our 8 steps right there. This is the process model that we're going to follow right here. This is the wealthy syndicator process model.